better group to come together and talk about customer experience. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, it's what's fun is, Mel's shop, for example, is in one of the most competitive markets in the world, right? Surrounded by consolidators, and she's killing it right now. I want each of you guys, let's go through the room here real quick since it's a panel. Tell us, give us an example of what you would consider next level customer experience at your shop. I'm putting you to the test here. I'm putting you to the test. Who wants to start? I'm looking for a
I'll
volunteer.
kind of start because yes, I'm surrounded by the competitors I have within 4 miles of me. I have about seven of the big shops, the Calibers, the Fixes, the all the big guys, Crash Champions. So I'm not gonna lie, the bar is low. They don't do a great job. So that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun right there.
I love
So
her honesty.
The
dude, it
bar is
is.
low.
So one of the big feedbacks that we get, because we have a 4.9 with over 1,000 Google reviews, so we're killing it in that way. Mostly it's communication. You don't have to necessarily do amazing above and beyond stuff. We do, someone's in hospital, but deliver the car to their house. Somebody can't pick up their car, but because they don't have their car seat, someone has one to lend in the shop. Like that's the above and beyond stuff. But daily, the communication that we do, updating customers, using, we use Update Promise in CCC. I know Ryan seems to have this amazing product. I've heard of it.
I've heard it's pretty
That'll
good.
keep customers updated, but communication is probably the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing we get on our feedback is shop kept in touch. Let me know what's going on. We have a big glass window right here behind me where you can see the whole shop. People love coming in and having a look. So it's literally transparency.
Wow,
Love it.
that's good. What about you, Katie?
I would say the same thing. Communication is huge. And Augusta is a it's a pretty decent sized town but it has very small town ways. So anything that you could do to help a customer or anything we can go above and beyond, it
Yeah.
gets spread very quickly by word of mouth.
Let's talk about that. What's above and beyond mean? Give us an example. Are you like literally rolling out a red carpet for people?
No red carpets yet. Um, I would say our team up front, our girls, our CSRs that are in constant communication with the guests, they are really good about just everyday conversation and asking them, picking up on if they've had a baby, if they've had a death in their family. And they'll come immediately into my office and they'll say, Katie, this person's picking up their car, but while their car was here, their mother-in-law died. Can we do something? So we'll immediately send them flowers.
Okay.
Um, so they pick up on what's going on in the customer's life and what we can do to help.
That's amazing. Like, so really paying close attention to wow, that's amazing. So one of the things that I'd like to just double click on for Tyler and Katie is I know you guys got hit by the big storm that went through there, the hurricane, if you will.
Hmm.
And how I was the reason I thought it would be really crucial to have you on the customer service panel is because continuing to have good customer service when everything's a chaos. How did you guys do it? How are you continuing to do that?
It's still chaos.
Yeah.
Still very chaotic.
There's still trees down everywhere. Where
You
you go.
must be very positive people.
Yeah.
A lot of pickup, a lot of delivery of the vehicle back to the customer. A lot of what we call the no update update. Unfortunately, when after the storm, we got inundated with 300 plus cars within about a 4-day period.
Yeah.
And so,
Tell us more about that, because I know this is something I think Melanie does too, and we call it the no update update. But tell people what that means exactly.
basically we're calling, we're giving an update, and we're, Mrs. Jones, I'm sorry, and let touching base. We have yet to be able to start on it. It's still in process. This, and just kind of explaining the whole scenario. And everybody pretty much understands, okay, there's roofs still off of houses. Our buildings still have half the roofs missing.
Mm.
You know, we're trudging through the best we can. And it seems like most of them are very understanding at that point, but at least we're touching base. You know, the silence is what'll kill you. If you're silent, they don't know what's going on.
Well, they put their own story
Exactly.
into the silence.
Yeah.
Right?
What's the shop doing? They're sitting around. They've stuck it in the back. They're driving my car around. We're getting.
Well, I mean, let's face it. Back in the old days, we used to, go out and move the car every day. So if the customer drove by, they'd see, that we at least moved it once.
That sounds like effort.
Am I the only one that did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of effort. The other thing is also, if you've got bad news to deliver it right away.
Yes.
I've got a couple of cars where we've had a good run in the past, like 18 months or so of parts, but recently we've had a couple where, I've got a Honda Insight. I can't get a hood for it for love or money. I can't get one from Honda. I can't get one used. I can't get one from I cannot. And I was honest. I phoned the customer yesterday and said, listen, we're trying every day. We're trying to think of new things every day, but we're really struggling. We're going to push you back a week while we figure this out. And they appreciate it. Right. So if it's bad news, if it's a delay, don't put it off. And I really get after my guys. Because people will appreciate if they can plan their lives. Right.
Well,
they're the first person in this story, not us.
Yeah.
So they need to know that.
How do you instill this and get your staff on board? Because this is a really uncomfortable conversation to have sometimes. How do you make it okay for them to be uncomfortable and to go ahead and make that call anyway?
Well, tell them it's only going to get worse. I mean, that's the thing. If you wait till the day before delivery to say I don't have a hood, you knew last week, right? We knew last week. So, a week ahead, we can tell them they can plan their lives. It's going to be way worse to make that call because they got to make it. I'm not doing everything for them.
Mm-hmm.
I do a few, but, you just have to, if they have to make the phone call, tell them it's only going to get worse, so do it now, work with them, thank them for patience and understanding and get them on your side.
Yeah.
Another thing that we do is we always tell our teams up front to always be 100% honest. Things happen.
Mm-hmm. No stories, because
you don't have to remember the truth.
Someone's going to get it wrong.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, Ryan Taylor used to have like a whole list of excuses that he and his staff used to open up and go, we'll use 58 today.
That's not accurate. We used to put them in a bowl and we draw them out like a prize.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Sounds good.
Oh.
No.
Nice.
No, but if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember.
That's right.
You don't have to remember what you're telling them because it is what it is. Good, bad, ugly. Tell it to them.
And things happen. I mean, it's like
life happens. We're human, right? And they are too. It's all good. I just want to add a couple of things that are super valuable. Is most people don't know how to navigate a claim, right? Mm-hmm. Things get held up. They don't understand they have to pay a deductible or not. Anything that I can get my bookkeeper or my receptionist to call the insurance company to get clarity on, and then get back to the customer, that is magic. Because customers don't even know the number to phone, who to ask for, what to ask for. So we do some people are experts, and we got some frequent flyers. They know how claims work. But you got some people that don't have a clue, right? So they're like, why do I have to pay deductible? Why do I have to pay depreciation? Why does it have to get approved? All these different things. So anything we can do to help, they appreciate. The second thing we do, and I'll show you, it's we give them a goodie bag at the end. So this is a bag they take to Ralph's. This is like the last impression thing that we do. So they have a shopping bag.
California, they charge you for bags. So.
Yeah, so it's a bag thing out here, right? So they get a bag. We give them a water bottle. California.
Tell me there's a blindfold in there for when they drive away.
No, we got a pen, but I also, right now, they get Valentine's Kit Kats.
Love it.
So it's kind of like a final impression thing. And there's also a we have a postcard in there. I don't know why I didn't grab it, with QR codes for reviews and how to answer the surveys. So that's kind of like our final
Yeah,
impression.
you should leave those Kit Kats on the dash of the car outside in the California heat.
You know what? Even in winter, they would melt into a little puddle. So no thanks.
Oh man. So, Katie, Tyler, tell us a little bit about some of the things that you're doing. Of course, I think one of the things that's hard for shops is as leaders, we've got ideas of what good customer service is, but what are some of the things specific, maybe around employee experience that translates into good customer experience? Like, how do you get your team bought into this?
Okay.
Well, actually, I have now started, as of last night, I've come up with this new idea
I love it.
Oh yeah.
Let's have
that
it.
I have a sheet.
Did that just say
And
good vibes on it? I just
it
saw
did.
that. Yeah.
It did.
There
Good
you
So
go.
vibes.
it's gonna be the Vibe Tribe. And I'm getting our own people. We have created a slogan, built to protect, driven to lead. So we're built to protect our shop, each other, and our guests. And we're driven to lead through forward thinking and setting our standards that define excellence in our industry. So I'm going to get a group of people from different departments, and it will be peer led on how to up our culture, up our morale, and keep everybody motivated.
I love it.
And this 4-day work week that I'm hearing that everybody's going to, that may be something that they come up with, and then we'll just have to lean on a lot of the guys, especially Bob McSherry, and figure out how we can implement that in our shop.
Yeah, we've got a lot of resources and people you can talk to, guys.
Yeah,
It's,
and
it seems to be working for a lot of folks.
It does, and I think I'm still old school. I want everybody here at 6 in the morning, and I want you to stay till 8, 9 at night.
And they still love you for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. But no, that in realistically, I mean, I think this is going to take it to the next level. We definitely feel like we've got a pretty good morale, and we've got a lot of younger
We have a lot of young
technicians here,
people.
a lot of very young technicians. So and I've heard a lot of other people say it. I mean, it's not just money to them anymore.
Yeah.
They go off of more of a quality of life than just making a dollar. So that seems to definitely spill over into the customer experience. And then Katie has come up with a little thumb drive, USB thumb drive that looks like a credit card that we
That's
give
cool.
the customers with all of their vehicle data, the estimate, the photos, the scans, the procedures. We upload their repair procedures in there. So they've got, it's pretty much an open book. I mean, we want them to see that when their vehicle's here, it's completely open book to them.
Wow.
So that's transparency with the customer. That's huge.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Ryan, I don't know how much time we have, but I know
We got 4 minutes. So
do you have one of their videos we can watch?
oh man. So yeah. So Katie, you can see that she's a little
This is
energizer.
one of my
bunny.
favorite one of my favorite things about this.
Yes. So obviously Katie is incredibly creative, from obviously the little zip drive all the way down to some photos and videos, pardon me, like this. So let me just see if I can share my screen and share sound, and let's just have a go at this here.
So you've just been in a collision or some other kind of accident. The guys at Rick's Paint and Body have you covered with their new quick and easy online estimate tool. All you have to do is visit rickspaintandbody.com and follow the steps. Just snap a few photos and the experts at Rick's will get you an accurate quote in no time. It's that simple. Again?
Isn't that great? She's got a whole series of them. It's amazing. So you have to go online and search those out. So
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I wish I could take credit for it, but I can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's all good.
I just got to know in the couple minutes we've got left here, I find that a lot of business owners, they want to do the right thing. They want to serve the customers great, but they just don't know how to train their staff. What kind of advice can you give people? Because you got to hire decent people that are interacting, but how do you train them without it feeling like the customer's been processed, because that's a problem at some growing organizations. The customers feel like the customer service rep is just following a process, and they feel processed. How do you get around that? What do you do differently? We'll start with Melanie.
I'll go. Dave, I think you just nailed it. Is you got to get the right people in the seats in the first place. You can't train someone that's not great at people to deal with people, right? So I've cycled through a few people till I found the right fit in lots of departments. So, but for customer service, I've got Angie that's here with me, and she's like excited to come to work most days, pretty much every day. So, and she loves talking with customers. She's great with them, and I knew it from when we hired her. So a lot of training that you have to do is barely training. I mean, because they bring their personality to it, and they bring wanting to help people, wanting to problem solve. That's the kind of people that I want to hire in those roles. So, and same with my service advisor, estimators, blueprinters, whatever we're calling them. Same thing is they're both really great, and Josh is too, really great on the phone with people. I've heard the conversations. So if you have someone that's stiff, someone that's afraid to talk to people, put stuff off, that's not a guy that sits in this shop anyway. So hiring is probably 75% of it. And training is only just, the boxes that we have to tick along the way. You get your signatures, you make sure you upload, you make sure you do your repair procedures, explain to the customer what's happening, all that. The shop operation is easy to train for anybody. They have to have the right personality to pick it up and care enough. And that just translates. That's the culture part. That just like translates right out into the whole experience. And then customer picks up their card, they're happy. It all flows from the right people.
Yeah, thank you, Mel.
Yeah, we're lucky. We have a couple of girls that are from Starbucks that work here.
Yeah.
They've been here for
quite a few years.
Yeah, a while, about 5 years.
So
And they've
your
really
secret's
helped.
coffee. You're saying your secret's coffee.
I tell
Yeah,
you,
no.
Starbucks must do a phenomenal job at training, and a lot of the folks we've had from there.
They really helped.
They're awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I like that even better. Let somebody else train them.
Yeah, that's a great model. So with that said, we've only got about a few seconds left. So I wanted to say a big thank you, heartfelt thank you. You guys all of you folks are an inspiration.